My business manager was shut down through a clever but annoying new Instagram hack. So I want to make sure that you're aware of this and you avoid the problems I had and you fix up your business manager ASAP. A few days ago on Saturday, I logged in and I wanted to check up on some of my ad accounts and some of my clients' ad accounts. I went and had a look, I refreshed and it said page unavailable. Okay, fine. So figured I just maybe need to log in and log out. Did that, tried it again, did not allow me to access that page I had already open with Ads Manager. So then I went into Business Manager, and when I looked at the business managers that I have, and I have access to 6 of them right now, one was missing. And that one is, or was, and still is, my agency's business manager. So when I looked at that, I'm like, okay, something must have gone wrong. And then as I went to click into another business manager, I then got a verification notification to say, hey, go and verify this business manager. All right, fine. So verified that. Then went into a different one, had to verify that one as well. And I'm like, wait a second. If I'm verifying these, where is SMC? Where is the SM Commerce agency business manager gone? So I looked at that and I thought, okay, hang on a second. Let's just calm down here. Maybe it's a bug. Hopefully it's a bug. So then I logged back out, logged back in, tried some refreshing and things like that. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Where is my business manager? So for example, if you get a business manager disabled, you get a notification and that's all good. What the heck is that about? So I'm looking at that and just trying to think what's going on. It's a bug. It has to be a bug. It wasn't a bug. So then I realized, actually, hey, hang on a second, that thing's missing. I need to figure out what's going on. And then I went into chat and I said, hey, it looks like a bug going on. I waited for the chat to come back, nothing. And I went to ask my business partner, can you access our business manager? And she said, no. She had the same thing. SMC is missing. And I checked my emails. There's nothing from Meta. There's nothing from Facebook. No updates, no nothing. In her email was a message, I think sent maybe 5 or 6 hours earlier, saying such and such has removed you from this business manager. At that point, it was like, what the heck is this? Like, who is this person, first of all? And how the heck has this happened? So there's so many thoughts that go on in your mind. As I looked at it, I'm like, okay, we're being hacked. So I went into the chat again. I said, I went through a different thing. And I think within the support, there is an area where you can say, compromised assets or something, and I think maybe that gets escalated to a different team. So first of all, when you are going through support, make sure you're selecting the right category. I went in, chat came back, and a cool guy was messaging me. He goes, can I call you? And I was like, absolutely, this is urgent. So we had a chat. As we went through it, he said, okay, what's the business manager ID? Confirmed it, did some verification, and he said, I can see there are 3 admins in there right now. I'm like, okay, but should be only 2, myself, my business partner, and then my team as well, and we don't have access. So we went through the names. He goes, yeah, I confirm that. One of the admins was added 7 days ago, and this is important as well. One of the admins was added 7 days ago by an Instagram page. Then he added 2 more 7 days later and removed us. And this is really important to understand of kind of the process that's going on here. So he's taken us off, he's added people in, he's kicked us out of all the ad accounts, and I say he because it sounds like a male name. So we've lost access. So the guy on the phone, he said, look, I'm going to escalate it to the team. We're going to have to get that business manager put on hold, but I can't do that. I'm going to have to push that to another team. Okay, that's fine, but you've just told me that it's been stolen. Why can't you just do it there and then? I guess he's like a front end support person. So anyway, he was great. He said, look, just wait for the chat. So I waited and waited. Now, by this time, it's 9 p.m. on a Saturday evening. And the chat came back and said, okay, we're looking into it. Can you just reconfirm what's happened? Did all that. And then nothing. And I'm waiting 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 12:30. I get a message, 12:30 in the morning, I get a message on Messenger just as I'm about to head up for bed. And you won't believe what it said. It said, we've checked the business manager and everything looks fine. The admin looks fine. If you want access to your business manager, just go and ask the current admin to add you back in. What the heck? And I was vexed. I was so angry at that point. This doesn't make sense. You've told me that someone's hacked my account, and then you're saying, go and speak to the hackers and they can give you access back to your business manager. That doesn't make sense. Now, here, this is the problem. Whoever was looking at that, maybe they didn't get the full information across. Maybe, I don't know what it was. There was obviously a miscommunication somewhere. So he went from like some Portuguese sounding guy who's maybe in Europe to someone who's maybe in India, and her response was just absolutely atrocious. So then I got back and said, no, this doesn't make sense. This is my business manager. I run SM Commerce. Here's my website. Here's a picture of me on my website. I also took a screenshot of a conversation with a Meta rep and said, hey, look, here's us looking at ad accounts on that business manager 2 months ago, and here's proof that I own it, kind of thing. So he goes, okay, sorry, I'll get back to you. And then someone else joined the chat. Okay, we've recovered your account. It was actually hacked. We've taken them off, put you back in. I said, hang on a second. What is going on here? That whole thing was so stressful, honestly. And it probably took about 9 hours eventually to actually sort this out. But the thing about this is, first of all, there's so many things that I just can't get my head around. So first of all, how did they get access to my business manager? I've locked it all down. So two-factor and making sure the rights and page access and business manager access, partner access. There's so many levels to this that I followed all the best practice and kind of what I know that should be done. Every single person in my business manager has two-factor authentication. So that should be protection level number 1. Number 2, there are only 2 admins, myself, my business partner. Everyone else has limited access. Number 3, we only connect our business manager via a partner. We don't, so for example, someone might say to us, share your email address and we'll add you to the ad account as a user, or share your email address, we'll add you to the page. We don't do that because that's insecure. If someone's working with multiple accounts, even if you're not an agency, if you've got multiple ad accounts and you're working with someone else, don't use that method. Just always connect up the business manager and just making sure we've followed all the right processes. Turns out, if you have an Instagram account that belongs to the business manager and it doesn't have two-factor authentication, it's a new backdoor way. It's a way of gaining admin access to your business manager. So the way this works is you can log in, and I didn't actually know this, by the way. I didn't know this. You can log into your business manager with your Instagram account. So why does that matter? That matters because if you have Instagram accounts in your business manager and they're owned by the business manager, it automatically gives them admin rights. This is mind-blowing to me because, for example, in 2016 or 2017, I bought an e-commerce store and I bought the ad account. I bought the Instagram account, the Facebook account that came with it, the Shopify store. It was a straight kind of sale of assets, I guess. That was then transferred over to my business manager. So my business manager owns now the ad account, the Facebook page, Instagram page. We ran that store for about 3 or 4 months and it was a shoe selling store, shoes, trainers, all that kind of stuff. We got a cease and desist letter because we were drop shipping from China and we were selling products that we shouldn't be selling. That we got a cease and desist from Adidas or Adidas, whatever you want to call it. So we stopped selling that because I panicked. I'm like, oh, what do I do? So anyway, we ran that store for 3-4 months, made some sales, moved on, and haven't touched it since. So you can probably figure out what the problem is here. So someone gained access to that Instagram account. Now, by the way, the email address that's associated with that Instagram account is an @protonmail.com email address. Now, why does that matter? Firstly, I haven't touched that since 2017. Secondly, I have no idea what the password is. I've looked at the password that the person selling the store gave me. It doesn't work. There's no record of that password. I don't know where I put it. It's not in LastPass. It's not in 1Password. Even Google cannot remember it in its memory. So I don't know where that password is. So how do you reset a password for an email account? Then it says, what's your backup email? I don't know what that backup email is. I don't know why it's there. Or might have said. I've tried all these emails. So long and short is, I cannot get access to the email associated with the Instagram account. So therefore, I cannot also get the password for the Instagram account, which I also don't know. So here's something really important. Make sure any assets, you've got a record of passwords and stuff like that. I cannot log into that Instagram account. I cannot delete, therefore, that Instagram account. I followed the Meta best practices of what do you do if you don't have an email, all that kind of stuff. There's literally nothing they can do. So I'm now left with a business manager, and I'm trying to get this solved right now, where I have an Instagram account and they're going to try and now just remove it from my business manager. So it can just live as an orphan in the interwebs for the rest of its life. I do not want that Instagram account. I'm just trying to get rid of it. It's the ugly duckling of the family. I need to get it out. But I cannot delete it myself. I cannot log in. I cannot do anything. Like, some of these things just really disturb me about how Meta works. They've told me there's a backdoor access to my business manager. They've told me how these hackers got access. But then they're like, we can't really help you fix that backdoor. That doesn't make sense to me. So anyway, I'm trying to get rid of that Instagram account. But long and short is, because at that point, 2017, two-factor auth and all that kind of stuff, it wasn't as big a thing back then. And because it was just something we bought, we were running ads and stuff, we didn't really take it that seriously. It's been left then, it's been dormant. Someone's found access to it, and somehow, I don't know, I guess maybe they've got access to the Instagram account. Maybe they've changed the password. Maybe that's why my passwords don't work. And they've got access to that. And when you're in your Instagram page, there is a link to say, I can't remember if it's like log into Ads Manager or click into Meta Ads or whatever it is. So they must have clicked that. That would then take them into the business manager associated with that Instagram, which means they've got access into my business manager through the Instagram, which is a backdoor, no two-factor. The other point about this is just recently, I think it was like 16 million or whatever password, 16 billion, I don't know what the number was, passwords have been shared on the dark web. So it's probably a chance thing. From what I've seen, I don't believe it was a targeted attack where they wanted to get access to my business manager. I think they've got the Instagram access and then seen that my business manager's there. So once they've got the Instagram and you log into Business Manager, because that Instagram account is owned by the business manager, Facebook defaults to give it admin access. Like, it's the most craziest thing that in the actual business manager setting, when you go to people, there's the number of people that are there. So there's all the people listed. Then you go and click into Instagram and it's got the Instagram accounts and it's got this particular e-com store there. But nowhere does it say that this Instagram user has full admin access, and nowhere does it allow you to actually edit that. So, like, it's such a crazy backdoor that Meta have left open. I just cannot get my head around it. Someone's come into this, seen that they've got full access to all of my ad accounts, all of my clients' ad accounts and stuff like that. So they must have thought, happy days, we're going to start doing stuff with this. So at that point, I've contacted Meta. I've also had to go in and cancel or put a block on my credit cards, because I'm now fearing if they've got access to my business manager, they're going to start running ads on my accounts. So I have to now go and put blocks on my credit cards. I'm calling up these credit card companies. And then I'm like, oh, wait, if they get access to my client accounts and we've got edit rights, that's also a problem. So I'm now, like, this is Saturday, late evening, and I'm like emailing and Slacking and where I can, WhatsApping, trying to get into contact with our clients and saying, take SM Commerce Business Manager out of your business manager. We've been compromised. Make sure we're not spending on your account and stuff like that. So we are in Monday now as I'm recording this, and no one's reported back any spend from SMC. So I think we got super lucky with that. I know others have ended up with clients getting 10, 15, 20k spent on their account through compromises like this. So I think because it was a chance takeover, they must have been planning ahead. What do we do with this? I think because we fixed it so fast, I don't think they had time to do much with it. So that was the saving grace. So we've ended up in this situation where I think that there's going to be a lot of people experiencing this. So I'm trying to put this message out there, and I would encourage you to share this with people you know as well, to make sure that you're locking down your Instagram accounts. So the first thing is, if you have an Instagram account and it's owned or part of a business manager that you own, or your clients as well, absolutely make sure it's got two-factor authorization, number one. Number two, make sure that you're changing your passwords. So I did that on the weekend as well, changed my Facebook password, my Gmail, my Apple, all those kind of key passwords. I've changed them all because something somewhere has gone on. And by the way, a few days before that, I had a notification come up on my MacBook to say someone's trying to log in with your ID in Venezuela or something like that. So just make sure you're putting two-factor on your Facebook and your Instagram and anything actually that has that available. Make sure that you're changing your passwords, and then keep an eye. And this is something which I guess Meta needs to work on, is when someone's added to the business manager, like I didn't get a notification. I own the business manager. I'm an admin. someone has gained access 7 days before, and I'll explain why this is important. They got access 7 days before, and they've added additional people, and then they've removed us or whatever the order was. Now, here's the thing. The Instagram account that they got access to the business manager with, it in itself cannot do administrative things like kicking people out, but it can add people. So what they've done is they've added someone in at the admin level. So if I'd gone in and I'd looked at the kind of people settings, I would have seen an extra person that I didn't recognize. But there's no reason to go and look at people that are in my business manager, right? What I would have expected to happen would be an alert from Meta to say, hey, a new admin's been added to your business manager. Just a general thing. That would have prompted me to say, I didn't do that. Go and have a look who that is, and I could have nipped it in the bud right there and then. So that's a huge problem in its own right. Now, the 7-day thing, this is really important because when a new admin is added to a business manager, there are certain actions they cannot take for 7 days. So it's a security measure. Great. So new admin comes in, they can't do things like delete ad accounts, take people out off, and add people as well. So what happened is on the prior Saturday when they got access, they logged in through Instagram, they added someone. There was no notification, no nothing. They waited 7 days, then they removed me and my team. They then added additional people, and that's how they did it. So I guess another flaw in the system is that if someone was added, I didn't know that. It was done below, under the carpet, I guess, without me knowing. And that's another problem as well. So I can't see a fix for this. It's not like, hey, you should go in every single week. Maybe you do. Go in every single week and check the people that are on your business manager. It's such an edge case. It's not something like go and check your stats every day or whatever it is. But I don't know what else. Like for me, I will be checking that pretty much every day, at least probably for the next 3 months, just because I'm going to be super paranoid about that now. Now for you, maybe just keep an eye on it. Just make sure you do a weekly or at least a monthly audit. Who has access to my business manager? Don't rely on Meta telling you who has access, and don't rely on them helping you out to avoid these problems, because Meta's a huge beast. It's not like they can just go in and code something and fix it up. He has to go through multiple layers and sign-offs and stuff. So even if they're going to fix this backdoor issue, it could take months. So that's why I'm being doubly cautious with this. The business manager they took, I have two for my agency. I have a primary and a secondary. The primary is clients in the kind of white hat area that are clean ad accounts, not had bans, all that kind of stuff. Then I have a second business manager. Let's say a client comes in and says, we've been banned in the past, we've got the account back, we want to do good things. We put kind of ad accounts there. I almost felt like if that business manager had been taken, I wouldn't be half as stressed. But our primary business manager that contains all our client accounts and actually owns the most of my ad accounts as well. I do have other ad accounts in other business managers that I've created. But the stress of knowing that at any point someone could have come in and just spent a ton of money on my accounts and clients' accounts and stuff like that. Honestly, I was in a panic state. So the long and short is we've got this sorted, and I don't know, it was unnecessarily stressful. There is a backdoor that Facebook absolutely needs to fix, but there are other issues which they need to fix as well about just how can someone add another admin without letting the other admins know, for example. How can that admin then have rights to just delete admins that have been there for years and years? I can understand if you, let's say I sold my agency, and the process would be, it's pretty similar. I would add new admins, wait 7 days and tell them to remove me, and that would all be legit. And I guess Facebook would look at that and say, that looks fairly genuine, and maybe in this case, that's kind of what they thought. But there has to be some kind of handover. So for example, in the Instagram FAQs, when I looked at how to recover an Instagram account, or at least get it to a new email. So for example, I was looking at, okay, I don't have access to this ecom Instagram email account, but what if I could get a verification to a different one? So the way it works is Instagram will send 2 emails. So if you want to change the email, one email goes to the old email, which says, did you authorize this? One goes to the new email to say, authorize this. They both have to match. If the old email comes back and says, yes, I authorized it, and the new email authorizes it, great. If the old email says, no, I didn't authorize this, but the new one says I want to, then it gets blocked, and it's a good protection. Why does that not exist with the business manager? Like, the value of a business manager is 10 times higher than a single Instagram account, yet Instagram is far more locked down. Doesn't make sense. Maybe it's because they're different products and the teams think about security in a different way. I don't know. But surely, if someone's going to be taken out as an admin, and by the way, I've been an admin pretty much since the business manager was created, if that person is being removed, surely there's a red flag. I should have got an email to say, hey, such and such is removing you. As I didn't get anything, by the way. I checked my emails. I didn't get anything as the owner of the business manager. My business partner did, and my team all got emails. But bear in mind, this is a Saturday. No one was checking their emails, so this all flew under the radar. But surely there should be an email to say, hey, such and such is removing you from the business manager as an admin. Click here to authorize it or deny it, and the other person gets an email to say, just confirm this is going on. That would have just nipped this in the bud. I would have got the email, I would have clicked deny, then I would have gone through a process of figuring out someone's trying to hack it. Just that whole process that I went through on Saturday, even recording this video, waste of my time. Honestly, I'd rather be doing other things, but I'm doing it to help other people like you that hopefully will lock down your assets and make sure that this doesn't happen to you. Let me know if you've got any other questions or any other insights on this as well, but hopefully this saves you the headache that I went through as well.